The date is 2026-07-11. This is the Executive Lens. Despite renewed U.S. strikes and President Trump declaring the ceasefire over, negotiations between the United States and Iran are set to resume. U.S. officials confirm that negotiations with Iran are expected to continue in Oman via mediators, even as tensions in the Middle East escalate dramatically. This comes after a week of intense attacks between both sides, with U.S. forces hitting more than 170 targets, including air defense systems, drone and missile storage sites, and military speedboats, according to the New York Times. President Donald Trump announced major combat operations against Iran on February 28th, with massive joint U.S.-Israeli strikes, as reported by ABC News, setting a precedent for the current escalations. Despite these actions, Trump has once again declared the U.S.-Iran Memorandum of Understanding over, while simultaneously stating that talks with Tehran would continue, according to The Guardian. The U.S. is specifically demanding that Iran publicly state the Strait of Hormuz is open and that Tehran will not attack ships anymore, a critical condition for de-escalation, as detailed in a flagship newsletter.
Back-and-forth attacks have repeatedly threatened the ceasefire, but Thursday's appeared significantly larger all around, with Iran hit by renewed strikes near critical facilities in Bushehr and Bandar Abbas, according to live updates. These fresh strikes and President Trump's explicit end to the ceasefire have cast considerable uncertainty over the future of any potential agreement between the two nations, even as diplomatic channels remain open. Turning to official government actions, the White House has sent a new nomination to the Senate for confirmation. Additionally, the administration is implementing a new schedule policy for careers in the accepted service. These actions are part of the routine administrative functions of the executive branch. Here's the story most people missed. President Donald Trump will allow a bipartisan housing bill to become law tomorrow without his signature, a move that highlights ongoing political gridlock. The president had explicitly refused to sign the measure, stating he would not support it unless Congress passed an elections overhaul bill that Republicans have not been able to advance, as reported by CNN Politics and the New York Times. This decision allows the legislation to pass despite his protests, underscoring the complexities of legislative action when the executive and legislative branches are at odds over unrelated priorities.
Looking ahead, here are 3 things to watch today. First, monitor the progress of the U.S.-Iran negotiations in Oman, particularly any statements from mediators or involved parties. Second, observe the immediate impact and reception of the housing bill becoming law without presidential signature. Third, keep an eye on shipping activity and any further incidents in the critical Strait of Hormuz. That is the Executive Lens for 2026-07-11. Sources in the episode notes. Back tomorrow.